The Squared Circle, a synthesis of geometry, psyche, and the divine. Section 1. The Mathematical Paradox, Transcendence and Impossibility. In the annals of sacred geometry, few enigmas possess the ontological weight of squaring the circle. This ancient challenge, the attempt to construct a square with an area precisely equal to that of a given circle using only a compass and straightedge, serves as the foundational metaphor for the reconciliation of the finite and the infinite. It is an intellectual bridge where rigid human logic meets the fluid expanse of the metaphysical. The problem is defined by the nature of transcendental numbers. In 1882, the proof of pi as a transcendental number rendered the circle non-constructible, signaling that its essence cannot be captured by algebraic means. Because pi is an infinite, non-repeating decimal, any physical calculation of a circle's area necessitates truncation or abbreviation. This act of truncation is a profound metaphor for the human condition. The divine infinite must be filtered, abbreviated, and stepped down to manifest within the constraints of the material world. The journey toward the geometric center is the primary psychological necessity of the human experience. This is best understood through the etymology of the mandala. The term can be broken down into mandala, where man represents the individual and dala signifies to split. The mandala is the map of the split man, the being divided between the circular heavens of the spirit and the square earth of the body. Carl Jung identified the act of squaring the circle as a vital stage of individuation, describing it as a path to the center leading toward the unconscious. This psychological healing through geometry is mirrored in the spiritual practices of the Aglalasu. In a vision quest, a seeker desiring purification from the deity, Huacantanga, would ascend to a high place and orient a spot of ground by creating a squared circle. By sleeping at the center of this configuration, the seeker occupies the axis where the earthly and divine meet. Section 4. Alchemical Transmutation, the Philosopher's Stone and the Trinity. For the alchemist, circling the square was the operative laboratory of the soul, aiming for the union of opposites. This geometric progression represents the distillation of matter into spirit. Central to this transmutation is the relationship between the numbers 8 and 9. Heavenly and earthly duality. The name Jesus consists of 5 letters, corresponding to the 5-pointed star, and in earthly microcosm, Christ consists of 6 letters, corresponding to the 6-pointed star, and the heavenly macrocosm. The 18-year silent gap in the biblical narrative represents the alchemical period during which the man underwent the transmutation into the divine. The pi signature, Jesus is said to have lived 33 years. When multiplied by the infinite nature of pi, the result is 103.686. This number is the exact sum of the 2 base-to-slope angles of the Great Pyramid. Section 6. The Great Pyramid of Giza, the three-dimensional blueprint. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the ultimate physical synthesis of squaring the circle. It is born from the vesica piscis, the geometric womb formed by 2 overlapping circles. The pyramid's proportions are mathematically tuned to reconcile the circle and the square. Conclusion. The actualization of the squared circle. The human being is the intersection of these 2 geometries. We are the conjunction of matter and spirit, split between the circular heavens and the square earth. The mandate of this synthesis is clear. The individual is responsible for circling the square within their own life. By integrating the primordial opposites and orienting the soul toward the center, one achieves the individuation of the soul, transforming the split man into a unified, divine whole.